Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croydragon, and welcome back to Valk's Adventures. So how do I start off the day? I've got work tomorrow, so that's wonderful news. Uh, the McLaughlin Library's annual book sale is returning after a 2-year hiatus, so that's also good. Yes, Alex. I started a document that lists which Ray Harryhausen films I do own and which I don't. The ones I do own are in bold, the ones I don't are, well, not in bold. I've got 7 out of 16 films. Nearly half. Also, saw some Mothman merch at the mall yesterday. Yes, Alex. Yes. Yes, baby. You're fine. Relax. Relax. Oh yeah, while I was there, I took a look at the movie store in the mall, and well, what can I say? While looking for the DVDs, I found a quadruple feature that has 2 Ray Harryhausen films I don't own. 20 Million Miles to Earth and It Came From Beneath the Sea, and don't worry, the other 2 aren't Ray Harryhausen films. The other films are actually The Giant Claw and Mothra. So there's a theme: giant monsters. So, works 12 to 3 for me tomorrow. After that, I'll call an Uber and have him drop me off at the McLaughlin Library. Wait a minute, I read these 2 pages already. Oh yeah, I did some reading of this while my computer was updating a couple of days ago. Gilbert kind of looks like Hiro Hamada in this. Yes, Alex? Yes. You're a good boy, Alex. X-Files. It's not even still a thing. Or does Matthew just have it on DVD? Hmm. Hmm. Should be setting any moment now. Hmm. Okay. So, work starting at 12 tomorrow. I can still do my VTuber stream tomorrow. We'll be watching The Great Commandment. Because, it's that time of year, Easter and all that. I actually watched the 1907 adaptation of Ben-Hur yesterday. It wasn't last night, it was yesterday morning. What am I saying? Got the Great Commandment in a pack of Bible movies. I wanted it because of the Ten Commandments miniseries that came with it. Actually, and the reason I wanted it is because someone had gotten it mixed up with Moses and the lawgiver. Just said the Ten Commandments. And so that's what I ended up getting. All in all, I actually like it. I mean, the name's a bit misleading, and not all of it has to do with the Bible. And I mean, one of the movies is about Martin Luther, where he's portrayed by Neil McGuinness, an excellent, excellent actor. And you actually can find plenty of good performances in the films. There's Linus Roach as Aaron in the Ten Commandments. Orson Welles appears in David and Goliath. Yeah, you can find some good performances. And you can get some ideas. I mean, the Ten Commandments thankfully does not go on the usual Moses and Ramses having grown up together route. In fact, there's no implication they had outside of them both having grown up as members of the royal family, but the adoptive brother is actually a new character played by Naveen Andrews, who's actually the biological son of Moses' adoptive mother, who's born a bit after his adoption. And the reason I bring this up is because I've done my research, and obviously with Moses' 80-year life, around 120 years, but he was 80 at the time of the Exodus. How do I put this? Well, ancient writers identified the Exodus with the expulsion of the Hyksos, and thus the Pharaoh of the Exodus is almost the first. Rabbinical Judaism gives Moses' date of birth as 1391 BCE. Do the math and you get Horemheb as the monarch. Well, obviously the pharaoh varies depending on the depending on who's telling it. He has a different date of birth in a lot of cases, in around 3 cases. And often the time there's a lot of pharaohs being covered, meaning there's a lot of pharaohs in from the time of his adoption to the time of the Exodus, so naturally there's not going to be it's the Pharaoh he meets probably isn't going to be one he grew up with. Uh, Probably not even someone he even knows. Probably someone who was born during his exile from Egypt. And so to keep that Egyptian adoptive brother element, it just works better because you don't have to do anything to change the age or anything, which unfortunately the Ten Commandments miniseries did do, but the point still stands. You can still end up having you can still give him an adoptive brother without changing aging the characters down. Ah, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Hmm. No, all things considered, besides the brief mentions of uh, Philadelphia at the beginning and it being in the title, I'm really, how do I put this? I actually forget it's actually set in the States. It could be, any urban location in Canada for all I care. Basically making the complete setting change, completely pointless. I could have just stuck with the Canadian setting. It's not like Secret Garden on 81st Street that actually made use of locations in New York. Oh wait, that's just purple glass. I thought someone had done something artistic with a nether portal. Yeah, speaking of nether portal, unless I dreamed it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, honestly, once Easter has passed, I'm gonna be going. Yeah, I'm still working on getting back to where I was on Donkey Kong 64, but it's a long, long game, and ultimately, I think I might run out of things to watch on archive.org, the Internet Archive. But once Easter is over, yeah, I'm uh, just gonna go back to non-Easter stuff. Yeah, maybe some nice nature docs, some public domain films. I mean, I've got a few things favorited that I've never seen before, so that could prove interesting. Yeah, so what else can I talk about? I've been doing some reworking on Ocean Opera. I still need a better name for that. I just have that working title, like a underwater space opera, taking obviously inspired by Seacrest and Voyage from the Bottom of the Sea, but taking inspiration from things like John Carter, Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, Star Wars, Dune, for the Fourth World comics, the Thor comics. And while I'm obviously really feeling the idea of a benevolent empire, I've also introduced the idea of a benevolent empire, benevolent emperors. I've also introduced the idea of a corrupt imperial senate, a corrupt bureaucratic council, which intelligent emperors really have to. Intelligent emperors really have to keep in check. But unfortunately, the current emperor, Tsar Resix, yeah, I'm using the word Tsar, got the idea from how with the earliest appearance of Ming the Merciless, he was just called the Emperor. Yeah, so Resix, he's a compliant dolt, basically. He's benevolent, but he's not exactly the most intelligent of people, and unfortunately, by the time this story starts, he's dying. And, well, the Imperial Senate wants to make a puppet of his grandson Plantagenet, while the bureaucratic council just wants to usurp and put their leader on the throne. And there is a rebellion, but the rebels are, well, bigots. And are perfectly willing to behead anyone who doesn't convert to their religion. Yes, a lot of it is about, I don't know, turning things on their head. Not every empire is bad, and not every rebellion is good. I don't know, it's just like an evil empire. It's a bit cliche. And while my idea is that the empire is benevolent, I don't want it to be perfect. So obviously Nazrul the corrupt Imperial Senate and bureaucratic council comes in. And then you have the mages. Our answers from the Jedi and the Sith. They're in their twilight years. It's basically like with the samurai in their twilight years. The Force, which I just call charm, like magic, it's literally just a religion. So no super powers or anything like that. It's literally just a religion. Obviously, basically, it's how in the ancient world there was no differentiation between religion and magic. And they're the mages. Yeah, they're split between the white mages and the black mages. And it's not exactly as clear-cut a case as you think with good and evil. White mages believe in serving the Empire. Black mages believe in serving the people. And then there are the mages who have not chosen a side. By the time of the story, it's the split between white and black mages was only 2 decades ago. The mages that haven't split choose to serve both the Empire and the people. So yeah, there's a lot of grey in regards to the mages. It's not as clear cut as with the Jedi and the Sith in Star Wars. And while evil empires are the typical thing for a story like this, I basically just went with a benevolent empire, but it's not perfect. There are corrupt individuals, and it's those corrupt individuals who could easily turn the empire from benevolent to malevolent. And one of my ideas for the rebels is the rebellion is now obviously they're bigoted with their religious rebellion, but they also want to bring back the republic that preceded the empire, and I'm really going to be focusing on how not every republic is good. It's really a modern idea that of what the republic is. And I'm going to be looking at things like the Roman Republic or ancient Athens. And I'm gonna make no bones about the fact that the Republic that preceded the Empire was awful. Even exploiting slavery. And one of the things that really speaks to the rebels will be that there was no freedom of religion. There was only one religion, and that was the religion they follow, which unfortunately involves things like sacrifice, human sacrifice. And conquering in the name of sacrifice. Do I have a name for the leader of the rebellion? I do not. I don't even know what species he's going to be. Wessex himself is fairly reptilian in appearance, like how Ming the Merciless looked in the 1990s animated series of Flash Gordon. And following with that, his daughter Camille is actually half human, so much like Aura in that series, so she has green skin. But otherwise she looks perfectly human. Excuse me. Yeah, but whatever species the leader of the Red Ones is, and I think I'm just gonna have all of the Red Ones being the same species. Because I'm thinking that they're bigoted not just on a religious principle, but also on a racial principle. And while I am looking at various ideas, I mean, obviously, with Wessex, the reptile idea, obviously there's marine iguanas, there's sea turtles, there's sea snakes. So obviously it works. But then I start thinking about the leader of the... because as I said, it's a space... It's basically meant to be a space opera transferred to an underwater setting. But then I just... think of the leader of the rebellion, and the first image that appears in my head is Horde Prime from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and while it's a very good look, it's yeah, has a fairly bat-like appearance. So I may have to think of something else. And I'm thinking that the god they worship obviously gonna be a stand-in for Cthulhu, but obviously with anything Cthulhu based, yeah, I'm doing the same thing for Ahab with a Cthulhu inspired deity, but he's more Ammonite than octopus. Actually, maybe base the leader of the rebels off of Velgax, from the Ben 10 franchise. Yeah, he's fairly Cthulhu inspired himself, especially in that true form of his, but might not include a true form for... Oh, actually, maybe I won't. I don't know. That giant green octopus-like form, maybe not have them be giant green octopi, but really... I don't know, give them a form better suited for underwater travel. And with the underwater ships, I'm thinking that yeah, true, they're supposed to be like submarines, but I'm thinking something more like a bit more like the standard flying saucer. So you just have a flying saucer going through the water. I don't know, a lot of ideas, yeah. Horde Prime, while an interesting look, and very much one that stands out in my head when it comes to sinister aliens, doesn't really work with the underwater setting, so definitely go with something more like Vilgax, and even Star Wars has something like that with Quarren, with that tentacled beard look. And obviously the Ammonite thing for my Cthulhu-inspired character actually comes from 100 Years of Horror, the Demons episode, where when it came to Cthulhu, they used the Ammonite from Mysterious Island. So yeah, really gotta make sure things fit with the theme. So just don't do anything alien. Just don't look to anything involving aliens. Oh yeah, they got it bad for each other. But then again, I knew that I have read Anne of Green Gables after all. Oh, the sun's right now. Why am I? Excuse me. Okay, so you're probably wondering if it's going to be anything like lightsabers in Ocean Opera, and yes, I call them laser brands. And no, they aren't just used by the mages. They're pretty much a standard weapon, and that comes from in the early stages of Star Wars. Lightsabers were just going to be everyday weaponry. Even stormtroopers would have had them. You may think it sounds weird or boring, but hey, that's just how it is. You want to do something different? Look at various examples from the planning stages and stuff like that, and you get something different. Two years without the McLaughlin Library hosting a book sale. It's COVID really threw a wrench into everything, didn't it? And now it seems like things are getting back to normal. Some glitch going on with Minecraft Bedrock which means I can't update the mashup packs that are officially from Minecraft and not from other groups. It's too bad. I was hoping to do the Greek pack, cover the Greek pack this Saturday for my VTuber stream. I don't know, I'm just a bit tired today. Well, not exactly tired, it's just not sure what to talk about. I think I might try to take some inspiration from Metropolis also. For Ocean Opera, god, I need a better name. You know, the silent film. Metropolis. I've actually uh, got it on DVD. Of course, the version I have has a lot of 80s music. Songs and all that, it's interesting. It's interesting. And there was even a Superman Elseworld story which was based off of Metropolis. And that was of course followed by a Batman story that was influenced by the cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Nosferatu, and then a Wonder Woman film, which was, a Wonder Woman story that was inspired by some other films from German Expressionism that I don't remember the names of. German Expressionism, it's an interesting style. It's an interesting style. And honestly, visually, if I might try to incorporate that into some of my writing in the Carchemish series. I mean, yeah, I want the architecture in Actea to definitely be Art Deco, but I'd also like to incorporate some of the German Expressionism art into it. Like everything being on an angle. I mean, I've already got a bit of Dick Tracy inspiration. Like, a majority of the villains... Well, obviously the green skin for a majority of the villains comes from the 1960s Spider-Man series, which didn't actually appear and didn't... It gradually appeared later, if you get what I'm saying. It gradually appeared, due to us never seeing the Green Goblin out of costume. We're not entirely sure if he is wearing a costume or if he actually is a green-skinned individual. So, he might not actually be Norman Osborn in that series. And, obviously, the villains being all manner of hideous is taken from Dick Tracy, but on a bit more of a horror type thing in some cases. I don't know. Yeah, but I do want to take some inspiration from Dick Tracy. I want to incorporate some German Expressionism. I want it to be I want a very descriptive look for everything. Yeah, for the character of Campbell Ward, I've scrapped the head, him, all that's being left of him being his head and the rest being a robot body, to just him being a frozen corpse who's, you know, stuck in a suit so he doesn't end up decaying. But he's still going to be a spider person. Meaning he can take the form of a giant spider. I don't know, it's just that, you know, spiders you don't see enough of. If why is it always the snake? Someone explain that to me. Oh jeez, I'm hungry. What is going on? I'm Speed Demon! And now I'm not. There we go. Honestly, it's just good to look at a variety of styles. And while the villains are going to be not... are going to... a lot of the villains are going to be a lot to look at. Our male lead, Henry Branagh, he's fairly common looking. At least that's how I describe... and at least that's how I think he looks. And that probably reflects how I feel about myself, even though I've been told I look handsome. Well, that's all for today, everyone. I'm Brian Croydragon, signing out. Stay straight.